Tesla CEO Elon Musk met with Senior Advisor to President Joe Biden John Podesta and Senior Advisor Mitch Landrieu on Friday in Washington to discuss electric vehicle adoption and progress in the United States. The meeting, which was confirmed by a senior White House spokesperson, focused on shared goals around electrification and how recently passed legislation like the Inflation Reduction Act and bipartisan infrastructure law can contribute to growing EV adoption in the United States. Before I tell you more about this meeting and its highlights, I want to apologize for this AI voice. If this format is well received, I may do some videos like this to put a quick Tesla and EV news in front of your screens to keep you updated. One of the main topics of discussion was broadening EV production in the country. With Tesla leading the way in EV production and sales, Musk's input and expertise in this area was highly valued by the White House advisors. The group also discussed the importance of charging infrastructure for EV adoption. With the increasing number of EV owners, charging infrastructure needs to keep up with demand to ensure that EV owners have access to charging stations when they need them. Another important topic of discussion was the broader cause of electrification. Electric vehicles produce zero emissions, which makes them a key solution in the fight against climate change. By increasing EV adoption, the United States can greatly reduce its greenhouse gas emissions and contribute to the global effort to combat climate change. The meeting between Musk and the White House advisors is a positive step towards achieving the shared goal of increasing EV adoption in the United States. With Tesla at the forefront of EV production and technology, Musk's input and expertise will be crucial in achieving this goal. The White House's commitment to electrification, as demonstrated by this meeting, is a sign of the importance placed on EV adoption and the role it plays in addressing climate change. In addition to discussing the topics of EV production, charging infrastructure, and the broader cause of electrification, it is likely that Musk and the White House advisors also discussed the need for legislation to support the conversion to electric vehicles. One simple piece of legislation that could have a significant impact in this regard is a carbon tax. A carbon tax is a fee imposed on the burning of fossil fuels based on the amount of carbon dioxide emissions. It aims to reduce carbon emissions by making fossil fuels more expensive, and therefore less attractive, compared to cleaner alternatives such as electric vehicles. This would provide a strong incentive for individuals and companies to switch to electric vehicles, which produce zero emissions. However, it is important to note that implementing a carbon tax can be a difficult task. There is a lot of vested interest in fossil fuels, and many industries and individuals would likely resist such a tax. Additionally, taxes are generally unpopular with the average voter, making it politically challenging to implement. Therefore, it might be easier to implement a subsidy instead, even though subsidies must be funded by taxation. In any case, it's clear that some form of legislation is needed to accelerate the transition to electric vehicles and support the shared goal of increasing EV adoption in the United States. The meeting between Musk and the White House advisors could be the first step in the process of creating such legislation and moving towards a more sustainable future. It is also worth noting that Elon Musk has a long-standing relationship with the U.S. government and its various agencies. His companies, Tesla and SpaceX, have benefited significantly from government policies and contracts. Under the Biden administration, this relationship has continued to be important and could play a key role in the discussions between Musk and the White House advisors. Tesla, for example, has benefited from tax subsidies given to buyers of its electric vehicles. This includes a $7,500 consumer tax credit for buyers of Teslas, which became eligible again this month under the $430 billion U.S. Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, passed last August. An earlier tax credit for Tesla buyers expired after the automaker sold its first 200,000 vehicles in the United States. Similarly, SpaceX, Musk's rocket company, has contracts worth billions of dollars to deliver astronauts and cargo to and from the International Space Station and to build a moon lander. These government contracts have provided SpaceX with a steady stream of revenue, and have helped to establish the company as a leader in the field of space exploration. In conclusion, Elon Musk's relationship with the U.S. government has been a key factor in the success of his companies, Tesla and SpaceX. The meeting between Musk and the White House advisors could be seen as a continuation of this long-standing relationship and could lead to new opportunities for Musk's companies to benefit from government policies and contracts in the future. It is worth noting that the meeting between Elon Musk and the White House advisors, John Podesta and Mitch Landrieu, did not include a meeting with President Joe Biden himself. This was confirmed by White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who stated that the meeting was solely focused on discussing shared goals around electrification and the progress of recently passed legislation such as the Inflation Reduction Act and bipartisan infrastructure law. Despite not meeting with Biden directly, the meeting is still significant as it demonstrates the Biden administration's commitment to electric vehicles and the importance they attach to the infrastructure and inflation reduction laws passed last year. According to Jean-Pierre, "I think it's important that Biden's team and senior members of his team had a meeting with Elon Musk today to do just that." This statement highlights the strategic importance of the meeting, which aims to explore ways to work together to accelerate the transition to electric vehicles and support the shared goal of increasing EV adoption in the United States. It also confirms the Biden administration's interest in fostering a positive relationship with Musk and his companies, Tesla and SpaceX, as they are major players in the field of electric vehicles and space exploration. Well, let's see what else is happening with Tesla. I just learned today that Mercedes leapfrogs past Tesla on automated highway driving. Mercedes-Benz will take a step towards offering a self-driving car in the United States, or at least in some states, when it begins selling cars featuring its new Drive Pilot system later this year. Mercedes' Drive Pilot system is designed to work on highways in dense traffic at speeds of less than 40 miles per hour. Unlike traffic jam assist features already available throughout the U.S. on a number of luxury models today, including Mercedes-Benz cars, the Drive Pilot system allows the driver to entirely disengage from the act of driving. When the system is in operation, Mercedes considers it safe for the driver not to pay attention to the road. But the driver still has to be ready to take back control if needed, such as if the traffic situation changes or if the system encounters an unusual situation it's not capable of handling. The Mercedes system is considered Level 3 automation, as defined by the Society of Automotive Engineers. It's more automated than a Level 2 system, like Tesla's Autopilot, General Motors' Super Cruise and Ford's Blue Cruise. In these Level 2 systems, the vehicle's brakes and steering operate on their own in certain situations, but the driver is still required to pay attention to the road at all times. Well, thanks for watching, and please let me know your thoughts and the warming relationship between Elon Musk and the White House. Where do you think this will go? Have a great rest of the day and God bless you.